Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the Richmond vs North Melbourne game that was in the absolute rain at UTAS Stadium, and this was sort of just the continuation of just the hell that I was going through with one of my players getting injured on 2 in Carney and losing like 150k or 270k, sorry, from her. As well as just the other option in that game that I had for that halfback in Sheeran actually scoring all right, not going ridiculous, but scoring all right, which would have helped in so many different facets. I would have had a lot more cash to be able to make moves on for this weekend, which probably would have ended up being a similar sort of set of trades in the end, but I would have been able to at least resurrect my cash then, if not, I had not made 3 other moves where the opposite person had gone well. So yeah, it would have allowed me to do some other things. I think I probably would have ended up probably in the end trading Sheeran, Goering in the end, but yeah, obviously that is that's in the past, and that decision caused other ripple effects. But anyway, let's jump into this video here. So Mon Conti 134 in the end. She did really well, 35 disposal effort, 9 tackles in the rain. She actually does really well in the rain compared to the dry, which is really odd considering she's a ball winner. But it means that she's just able to get her tackles up a lot easier as you have players just fumbling around for the ball rather than picking up clean. So she's able to stick her tackles a lot more. And that's one of the defining factors, because she'll still get her disposals. She'll still get between 25 and like 35 touches. It's just the non-disposal work is able to be a lot easier in the wet for her, or at least that's what I think. Dempsey 99, she did pretty well with her 23 touches, 6 marks, 5 tackles. 6 marks in the wet is pretty good. In a 43 mark effort, to have a 7th of the total marks is a pretty good effort. Then you have Sheeran here, 9 tackles, 17 touches. Surprised she wasn't suspended for this game, I'm pretty sure. But she got off the suspension and yeah, ended up playing, got 78. And I think she went 156 for the round or something like that, maybe. I think she might have had two 278s, but yeah, she ended up doing all right and would have been really handy. Pop Kelly 26 hit-outs for 74. Egan 63, 19 touches, 2 and 3. Beth Lynch here, 8 touches, 7 tackles for a 49. Dalloway 46, Seymour, Greaser, Miller. And the problem here is you can just see it right away is they just fall away dramatically, do the Richmond Tigers, outside of Conti, Dempsey and Sheeran. Pretty much outside of that, you have no fancy relevance. As you see here, Labby 38, Graham, McKenzie, Ford, Bacon with a 34. Now, she was in my side until what, Thursday night or Wednesday night, something like that, until maybe, was it, Tuesday night, when I made some moves and I had to bring in Cabby O'Sullivan, but we'll go through that. And Holly Cooper in the end jumped in over Bacon, which both of those worked out pretty well. But yeah, Bacon 34 in this game, and I'm pretty sure she comes in with a pretty good break even. Then you have Tamara Luke, who's come back out of retirement. I believe she's 36 and come back out of retirement for a 26. She's done all right. Then you have Jodie Hicks, Yasir, McClelland, Reed and Ryan. Then we move over to North Melbourne, and the good thing about North Melbourne is that their stars really didn't fire absolutely in the double. If you look at Gaz Gardner, I'm pretty sure she scored 220. I think they all scored about 220 in the double. If we just go to North Melbourne, all clubs, North Melbourne, as you can see, the trades here. And I was lucky to get Ellis Smith. She's going to go up about, well, she probably is going to go up some cash, because that also gets rid of that 10 in the main system there. So she's probably going to go up some cash, so she'll start making some money. But anyway, back to the point that I was trying to make here. You can see Riddell scored 233. Gardner scored 212. Mia King in the double scored, what's that? 101, 181. I think, no, that doesn't work either. No, so let's just go to this. Tripodi in the double scored 140. O'Loughlin in the double actually failed, which was quite surprising, given that she was hyped up so much after all this start, and then she flops in the double. Only for 118, so she actually went down 61k, so I'm glad that I didn't select her, as I think she will be one that really does well once we get back into it. Once we get out of these doubles, I think she's one that you can select here. Maybe if you have enough cash to be able to somehow do a loop here or something, but then again, it's like, it's really hard. It's not as easy as the men's to have like that extra player on the bench and do that. And then you can just see basically down here, Puller played 1 game. And then you have here also Emma King didn't score that well. We know about Carney. Sheila, I don't think scored that well either. Rennie, I don't think she scored. She scored well in 1 game, but not in the other. You can see here just everyone not scoring the greatest. I mean, Bella Eadie did score right with her. What's that? 80, basically. 80 plus 68 is 148. And Bruton, even her, she didn't score that well either and played only 1 of the 2 double games. So you can really just see North Melbourne did struggle in the double, a lot of their players. So it wasn't as damaging as what you thought it would be. So yeah, really, really happy that some of the... I mean, if I had just gone Sheeran over the likes of Carney, I'd be sitting here, I'd probably be in the top sort of 2,000, and after all the injury woes, I'd probably still be doing all right, which, yeah, just lost another, basically about 400k in value from that decision, effectively. And then you have Smith, Birch, Randall, O'Shea, Bresnahan, Bruton, Martin, King, Wright, Sheila, Ferguson, and Carney. So, obviously, out of this, you can't... This was, I believe, one of the double... yeah, as you see here, this was one of the double games, around 5.5. One of the double games for these 2 sides in their double week. So, I don't think many of us are going to be targeting them outside of their double for the near future in the next week or 2, as we still have round 6 going on for the double and round 7. But in round 8, could be interesting with potentially those that don't have Gardner could get her. She did all right. Mia King, I don't think it's going to be relevant. I think out of anyone, you'd be going for Garner and Riddell in the North Melbourne side. I wonder what's going to happen with North Melbourne's backline and distributor role, given that they've lost the likes of Carney for 6 weeks. So that could be interesting. Who they chuck back there. Wouldn't be surprised if they chuck a midfielder back there or something. But we'll have to wait and see when team lists come out tonight. What happens there, and I'd just be on a watch for that, because if we just go to North Melbourne and then we go to defenders, there's not really anyone that's... I mean, you do have Puller here, but Puller was not playing in that game. So it would just be interesting who necessarily gets a jump, given that. I don't think they'll date... I just don't see anyone that can really go back there and be a really good ball user, to be honest with you. So will be interesting what happens with that. Because if someone goes back there with that distinct role, then it'll be interesting to see. But I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the video. It's just watching out for who North Melbourne put back there, because that could be a cash generation tool, or potentially even like Carney was going 60 or 70. Can they just get someone to do that? Or will it be a shared role where you get like Tess Craven doing stuff like that? And that'll be interesting to see who gets that that role. And then for the likes of Richmond, it's basically just Monconti and Sheeran that you have to worry about. And other than that, you don't have to worry about anyone. And obviously, their big tall forward and Katie Brennan being out didn't help. But I don't think she would have had much of an impact on this game, given that there was only 43 marks taken in the game. But that is the video there. If you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe. Turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. And I'll see you guys in the next recap. Bye, guys.